comment, share, subscribe, and let's get down to it. Okay, so I need to do this video because we have to, I just have to question Caitlin Clark, like, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Last year, she was a beastie shooter, you know what I'm saying? Bad start, 1-9, 1-10, um, bad, I would say 2-10 record before the Olympics last year. And then after the Olympics, all of a sudden, she just been balling out. She averaging like, I believe, 18, 19 points a game. Shooting threes. She balled out in the second half. First half, she was kind of quiet, but second half, Caitlin did her thing. Not this year, she's up and down. And a couple of her games were like probably her best games, and the rest of the games she played was like so-so. She's been injured a lot, so I let her slide on the 2-week injury. And I'm saying, even though I saw some suspicious, some suspect stuff going on with her, walking back and forth every second, talking to referees, all this energy just moving. Like it was a quad injury, and quad injuries, you don't really move around like you would think you should. Not even supposed to be walking in a lot. You're supposed to be sitting down all the time, because a quad injury, from my understanding, it doesn't. A lot of people wouldn't recommend getting up off the chair and walking and all that, because it's going to aggravate your quad. Now, although that, I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. It is kind of crazy that she's still doing shooting balls, picking up a baby, carrying her while she has a quad injury, and she's talking to the refs, getting out the chair to talk to them and all, like having all this kind of energy to the point that one of her teammates got to tell her to sit down somewhere. I do find that kind of suspicious. But you know what? It don't matter. Like she got an injury. I'm not gonna try to get into all of that, because I don't really I don't want to make it seem like I'm accusing her of faking an injury. But yeah, she came back against New York, played well, got 32 points. I don't think she had she didn't have no 10 assists. I think she was 1 assist away of double from her assists, and came up short. However, the second half, because she had 25 points in the first half, and in the second half she came up short. And the second half she kind of got shut down with only 7 points, but her teammates stepped up and continued on to win it. And then the Valkyrie, the Storm, and all that. And I forgot what the third game, her last game before she got hurt again, she was just horrific. 1 for 23, shoot 4% from 3-point range, shoot 29% from field goal range, and I'm like, oh my God, this girl is playing terrible. Now she's injured again. She's been hurt for a good while, but it's just the fact is that it's her groin injury now, and now she's like taking too many games off. And you think a groin injury, you probably like, okay, she's gonna probably be out for like another 3 or 4 games. She's been out a lot longer, and here's the fact. It's very concerning because the league put a lot of money, invested a lot of money. ESPN, this machine invests a lot of money in for you because you're the most popular. You excite the crowd with these threes, and now, what I'm saying, people are bragging about you 24/7. They're out there, tearing down other players to big you up, and you have not been playing well, and you've been missing a lot of games. And for some reason, you're the all-star captain, but we all know you was a popularity pick, especially for the captain position. But that shouldn't be something I should get into, because I don't want to sound like I'm trying to hate. But let's keep it real though, man. She has not been playing. What I'm saying? Ever since she's been out the game, and I'm not trying to be funny, but the team, they bring back, Ari McDonald took over when her quad injury was involved. When she had her quad injury, and they supposedly wasn't playing well without her. Then they signed Ari because they didn't have a point guard. Like Chicago Sky, they don't have a point guard, so they're not playing well. So, but Indiana, they signed Ari McDonald, and she took over for Caitlin, and she balled out. And then when Caitlin came back, they didn't need her no more. They waived her, and then Caitlin gets hurt again. You know what I'm saying? They bring Ari back again, and I've noticed when Ari is taking over, that Indiana Fever team look a lot different. Like they seem to play like a team without Caitlin, and they've won some games with Caitlin. They pretty much won more games without Caitlin than Sky have without Reese. Because everybody always talking about how, and y'all can't get mad if I say this, because y'all said it yourselves. Y'all said when Reese had her injury and she was gonna be out for the season, y'all said the Sky's gonna start winning now that Reese is out. And what ended up happening is Sky ended up only winning one game without Reese. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't do nothing since. Now with the Fever, the Indiana Fever that loses Caitlin, and the Fever win like 4 or 5 games. They even won the cup without Caitlin Clark. Because remember when on Rival, Rose won the championship without Reese. And now they talking about, oh, they won it because Reese didn't play. Well, no, because the Rose had veterans and they were already, experienced and better than Reese. So they were going to win the championship regardless of whether Reese played or not. However, your team, your FIFA fans who don't really have a lot of good talent on their team, like they have talent, but they're not half as good as the players on that Rose. They are winning without Caitlin Clark. And Ari McDonald is a better facilitator and a better, ball handler than Caitlin Clark. She makes less risky passes. She runs the offense. She puts her bigs in position to score. You know what I'm saying? She knows how to shift the defense. She been directing traffic. Have Caitlin Clark done that? No. Now, although, despite all that, Caitlin supposedly still is the best guard in the WNBA. And I was looking for her to come back against the Sparks. She didn't play. You know what I'm saying? They they lose a couple of games for the Sparks, and they want to say they need Caitlin Clark back. I've seen them win games without her. They lost to the Valkyrie, a first-year expansion team with Caitlin. So let's not even go there and say that team is lost without Caitlin. Even though they lost to the Sparks, I don't know what is it about the Sparks. They just seem to have the Fever's number. But I know they blew out the Aces 81-54, and that's the first time ever beating Aces. And guess who didn't play when they beat the Aces? Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark also said she's not going to participate in the three-point contest this year. I don't know what's that all about. Because she's supposed to be the best three-point shooter. Everybody be saying the logo threes and all. It's like you shoot from a logo three. You practice your three-pointers every day. You should have no problem participating in the three-point contest. Like, why are you? This is the second year that you're backing down. Like, you're about to back down, and people are trying to see you play, but you're not gonna back down from that All-Star game. You're a captain, so you're gonna play. Plus, the All-Star game is gonna be held in Indiana, so I know you're gonna come back for that. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on, like what seemed to be the issue, what's holding you back from what's causing you to miss all these games. Are you really hurt or are you not? You know what I'm saying? Are you faking this injury? Like, why are you out for so long? You know what I'm saying? I just find it kind of all suspect that she's out this long. It's probably because she keeps jumping up and walking out back and forth and shooting shots with that groin injury. She keeps aggravating that groin injury, and that's probably why she can't get back. But if that's the case, I won't be surprised if I see her back in the game, in the All-Star game, Chicago Sky or if she's back at those games, it's gonna look suspicious as hell. I'm sorry, it just ain't gonna look right. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, Caitlyn has not been playing well lately. She only, like I said, only 2 games she's been doing. She did good, but she has not been productive ever since. Um, and you know, the missed games with injuries are either they're because she keeps aggravating it, or or because she realizes she's playing bad and she's just trying to, you know, fake injuries to, you know, avoid teams that know can handle it. Because it seems like teams have figured it out. They figured that she can only shoot the logo. She she can't go right. She can only go left. We all know she can't play defense. You know, she turned us over the ball a lot, and you can guard her 94 feet because she hates physicality. So that's the keys you use against her, and that could be the possible reason why she's claiming that this injury has got her out. So yeah, Caitlyn has been it could be kind of suspect, but hey, if she's hurt, you know what I'm saying, she's hurt, you know. But don't be surprised if I find it suspicious that you're already 100% back in the in time for the All-Star game, because I'm going to look at that suspicious as well. Because, you know, injured that many times, you know what I'm saying, she shouldn't. She should have her All-Star captain position stripped by now. Like she shouldn't be honored with that. She shouldn't even be in the All-Star game, because it's like, look, at this point, you costing us money. You're not gonna play. You keep missing all these games. You know what I'm saying? It's killing the league. It's killing us. It's, you know, we could have saved that money for another elite player, but we invested all this money in for you. We put you in the most TV games in the WNBA, and you're out. Like, I would question that. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm investing money in this lady, and she's not participating. She has not been playing a lot, and she played like 2 games that were good, and after that, she's just MIA through the injury. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you know, how she's an all-star. I'm just gonna have to keep it real. Like, it's no point. Like, she's hurting herself missing all these games. You know, people making too many excuses on her. It's just got to stop. Like, this is the reason why I don't brag or, you know, big up or tear down my other play, because it could be karma. So whatever the situation is, it's got to stop. And Caitlyn, they got to get it together. So all I can say is, you know, hey, somebody keep Caitlyn sat down so she won't get hurt. She won't aggravate her injury, and she'll be able to play her game from now on. And, you know, let's get her back. You know, let's get her back as soon as possible before the All-Star game arrives. Well, this is JG, always on topics. Thank you for finding the time to be on my channel. Y'all have a blessed day. Be one.